Welcome to Understand the Math. In this problem, we're told that a matrix A is equal to P times D times P inverse, where P and D are given below. We're asked to compute A cubed. In order to solve this problem, we have to know a formula. Since A is equal to PD times P inverse, we can say that A cubed is equal to P times D cubed times P inverse. Notice that D is a diagonal matrix, so it's really easy to find D cubed. The hardest part of this problem is just doing the matrix multiplication. Here we go. Let's write down A cubed, and we're going to write down P, 1, 2, 3, 5. And then we're going to write down D cubed. So the way that you raise a diagonal matrix to a power is that you raise each of the entries along the diagonal to that power. So this becomes 3 cubed, 0, 0, and then 1 cubed. And then we have P inverse, which we're just going to write like this for now, and then we'll have to calculate it. So we'll just put a little -1 there to indicate that we need to find the inverse. We're going to recopy our P, 1, 2, 3, 5. And then let's go ahead and multiply out our D cubed. So this just becomes 3 cubed, which is a 27, 0, 0, 1. And then let's go ahead and let's find the inverse. So to find the inverse, we're going to take 1 divided by the determinant. So the determinant is the main diagonal entries multiplied minus the off diagonal entries multiplied. So this is going to be a 5 minus 6. And then we have to come up with the other part of the inverse. So what's going to happen with this part is that the entries along the main diagonal switch. So that's a 5 and a 1. And then the off diagonal entries in pink are going to get a negative. So let's go ahead and let's rewrite this one more time, and then we'll start our multiplication. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 5. And then we have a 27, a 0, and a 1. And then this right here is a -1. So in our matrix on the right, every entry gets multiplied by a negative. And this gives us a -5, a 2, a 3, and a -1. Now we can go ahead and we can start multiplying. I'm going to multiply these two first. We're going to start by taking this row, multiplying it by that column. So that's just going to be a 27. And now we're going to go ahead and multiply by this column. So that's going to be a 1 times 0 is 0, and then a 2. Now we can go down and multiply by our bottom row. This one's going to be a little bit harder. We have 3 times 27, so that's an 81 plus 5 times 0 is 0. So that's just an 81. And then we'll multiply our last one. So we're going to take this times that. So we get a 0. And then we get a 5 times 1 is 5. So that wasn't too bad. Now we're going to multiply by our P inverse. So that's -5, 3, 2, -1. So our first entry in the upper left is going to be a 27 times -5, which is -135, plus 2 times 3 is 6. And then in the upper right, we're going to have a 27 times 2, which is a 54. And then we're going to -2. And in the lower left, it's going to be, let's see, 400 and then 5. So that's going to be -405 plus 15. And then we're going to have a 162 minus 5. I always tell my students, don't try to do too much in your head. It's okay to write out extra steps. Now we're going to take 135 minus 135 and add 6. So that's -129. And then on the right, we get a 52. And then in the lower left, we have a -390. And then in the lower right, we have 157. And I'm going to highlight this because this is our final answer. That's what a cubed is equal to.
If this video has been helpful to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. Keep believing in yourself and have a great rest of your day.